Have you ever wondered if some encounters are more than coincidence? If you believe in fate, this story might just convince you. Before we dive in, if you're enjoying these real-life stories that warm the heart, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more incredible journeys of connection and discovery. Mark Davidson stood frozen in the doorway of his daughter's elementary school, unable to process the words he'd just heard. Three identical little girls with matching braids and bright blue eyes looked up at him expectantly. "Hello, sir, our mother has a tattoo just like yours," one of them had said, pointing to the distinctive compass rose peeking out from beneath his rolled-up sleeve. The world seemed to tilt beneath his feet as memories he'd locked away for 15 years came rushing back. 15 years earlier, Mark had been a different man. Young, carefree, and working as a deckhand on a cruise ship sailing the Mediterranean. That's where he met Eliza, vibrant, adventurous Eliza with her infectious laugh and dreams of seeing every corner of the world. Their summer romance had been intense and all-consuming. On their last night together in Santorini, they'd gotten matching tattoos, compass roses to symbolize their shared wanderlust, with a small difference, his pointed north, hers pointed east. "So we'll always find our way back to each other," she had whispered. But life had other plans. Mark's father suffered a severe stroke, forcing him to return home to care for his family's struggling business. In the chaos that followed, he lost Eliza's contact information. Months of searching led nowhere. Eventually, he built a new life, married a woman named Sarah, and had a daughter, Lily. When Sarah died from cancer 3 years ago, Mark became a single father, pouring all his love and energy into raising their now 7-year-old daughter. "My name is Sophie," said the triplet who had spoken first. "These are my sisters, Sadie and Stella. We're in Ms. Peterson's class with Lily." Mark knelt down, his heart pounding. "Your mother, what's her name?" "Elizabeth Davidson," Sadie answered proudly. "But everyone calls her Eliza." "Davidson." She had his last name. The implications hit Mark like a physical blow. Could it be possible? After all these years? "Daddy, can Sophie, Sadie, and Stella come over to play?" Lily asked, tugging at his sleeve, oblivious to his internal turmoil. Before Mark could respond, a familiar voice called from behind him. "Girls. There you are." Mark turned slowly, afraid that the voice was just another trick of his imagination. But there she was, Eliza. Her hair was shorter now, with strands of silver among the gold, but her eyes were the same deep blue he remembered, now mirrored in the faces of the 3 little girls. She stopped mid-stride when she saw him, recognition dawning on her face. "Mark," she whispered, her hand unconsciously moving to touch her right shoulder, where he knew her compass rose tattoo lay hidden beneath her blouse. "You never came back," she said simply, years of hurt and questions contained in those 4 words. "I tried to find you," Mark replied, his voice breaking. "My father had a stroke. By the time things settled, you were gone. Your phone number didn't work, and no one knew where you'd gone." The triplets looked between their mother and this stranger, sensing something momentous happening but not understanding what. "Mommy, can we go play with Lily?" Stella asked, breaking the tension. Eliza nodded absently, her eyes never leaving Mark's face. "We should talk," she said quietly. Over coffee at a nearby cafe, while the girls played under the watchful eye of a teacher during the school's after-hours program, 15 years of separation began to unravel. After losing contact with Mark, Eliza had discovered she was pregnant. She'd searched for him too, even traveling back to his hometown, only to be told by locals that he had moved away. With no family of her own and determined to provide for her unexpected triplets, she had legally changed her last name to Davidson, a way to give her daughters a connection to the father they would never know. "I wanted them to have something of yours," she explained, tears welling in her eyes. "Even if it was just your name." Mark reached across the table, taking her hand in his. "I never stopped looking for you," he admitted. "Not really. Even after I married Sarah, I would sometimes search your name online, hoping for some trace. Sarah? Eliza asked, her expression guarded. Mark explained about his late wife, about raising Lily alone, about the hole in his heart that had never quite healed, not just from losing Sarah, but from losing Eliza all those years ago. The girls have never had a father, Eliza said softly. I've dated occasionally, but no one ever felt right. Maybe now I understand why. The weeks that followed were a whirlwind of emotions, revelations, and adjustments. DNA tests confirmed what they already knew in their hearts: Mark was the father of the triplets. Telling the girls was both terrifying and beautiful. There were tears, questions, confusion, but also joy and wonder at the miracle that had brought them together. Lily was thrilled to discover she had 3 sisters. The triplets were cautiously excited about having a father. Mark and Eliza moved carefully, rebuilding their connection while prioritizing the emotional needs of their children. 6 months later, Mark stood in his expanded backyard, watching as all 4 girls chased each other through the sprinkler, their laughter carrying on the summer breeze. Eliza stepped beside him, slipping her hand into his. "Do you ever wonder what would have happened if we'd found each other sooner?" she asked. Mark looked down at their intertwined fingers, at the matching compass rose tattoos on their wrists, hers pointing east, his pointing north. "I think we found each other exactly when we were supposed to," he replied. "Our compasses were working all along." That evening, as they tucked all 4 girls into bed in the house they now shared, Mark realized that sometimes life's greatest gifts come disguised as its greatest challenges. His journey as a single father had prepared him for this blended family. Eliza's struggle as a single mother had made her the strong, resilient woman standing beside him now. Sometimes, the longest detours lead us exactly where we're meant to be. And sometimes, a chance encounter at an elementary school can rewrite 15 years of heartache into the beginning of a beautiful new chapter. If this story touched your heart, remember that connections can be found in the most unexpected places. Life has a way of bringing people together when they need each other most. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories that remind us of the power of love, fate, and second chances.